you will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which you are about to enter, so help you God. Again, congratulations, man. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did.
Vice President Joe Biden warmly welcoming the nation's new junior senator from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts today. That new senator's first order of business is expected to be joining his fellow Republicans in filibustering the jobs bill. Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid announced today that the Senate will vote on the jobs bill on Monday. Shortly after that announcement, Senate Republicans signaled their intent to oppose it.
If it's anything like what was passed through the House at the end of last year, I'm unalterably opposed. It's just more of the same. If the President and the Democrats would like to negotiate, I hope we'll have the C-SPAN cameras in.
If Republicans filibuster, which they will, Senate Democrats will need one Republican to join them to pass the jobs bill. Although Senator Scott Brown campaigned under the slogan, "Jobs are job one," when he was asked tonight if he might be willing to vote for jobs as his job one as a new U.S. Senator, Mr. Brown dodged the question and then said something about the stimulus that implied that he maybe doesn't fully understand what's going on around him yet.
The last stimulus bill didn't create one new job, and in some states the money that was actually released hasn't even been used yet.
It didn't create one new job?
That's correct. We lost, another 85,000 jobs again, give or take, last month.
Wait a minute. You understand this, right? The economy is losing jobs. The stimulus and the jobs bill are trying to add jobs to compensate for the ones that we're losing. Just because the overall number is still negative, that doesn't he's a senator now. The Boston Globe this week noted that in a 6-day span just before Election Day, Scott Brown collected nearly $450,000 just from donors who work at financial companies, including hundreds of financial executives. $450,000 in 6 days, right before the election, all from Wall Street. Which means my new senator is going to fit right in with what is shaping up to be the Republican Party platform for 2010. Amazingly, Republicans seem to have decided to run on a "We're with Wall Street" platform. During his run against Martha Coakley, Scott Brown promised to oppose President Obama's plan to impose a fee on Wall Street banks that haven't paid back their bailout money yet. Republicans are against that. They are in favor of Wall Street not having to pay back the bailout money to taxpayers. Similarly, this week, government bailed out AIG announced plans to shell out $100 million in employee bonuses. Yesterday, House Democrats introduced a plan to get that money back for the taxpayers by taxing those bonuses. Today, Senate Democrats followed suit.
It's outrageous that many of these companies are doling out millions of dollars in bonuses while the rest of America feels the pain of their reckless decisions.
They should share the benefit of that bonus with the taxpayers who bailed them out.
Get that taxpayer money back. If this AIG bonus outrage thing feels familiar to you, it's because last March, during the last round of AIG bonuses, Democrats offered up a similar bill to get the money back. It passed the House by a huge margin, 328 to 93. Of the 93 who voted against it, 87 were Republicans, including the top Republican in the House, Minority Leader John Boehner, and the number 3 Republican in the House, Mike Pence, voting to let those AIG bankers keep their bonus money that we paid them. Democratic candidates all over the country are eagerly awaiting Republican votes in favor of the AIG bonuses again this time around. If that's not enough Wall Street love for you, consider that the top House Republican on budget matters has proposed his own alternative budget to the president's budget. The Republican one proposes the biggest, wettest kiss to Wall Street yet, privatizing Social Security. If Republicans get their way, Americans will be able to invest a portion of their Social Security payroll taxes into secure funds consisting of equities and bonds. Gamble your life savings on Wall Street. What could possibly go wrong? Oh, was that the safety net? As Joe Conason at Salon.com pointed out today, the only annuity fully exempt from the economic ruin brought on by the investment banks and insurance giants was Social Security. If that's really what Republicans want to talk about, then Democrats should accommodate them with a smile. There's also the Supreme Court ruling last month allowing corporations to pour unlimited money into American politics. It led to a spate of Democratic efforts to blunt the ruling's impact, including legislation introduced today by Democratic Senator Sherrod Brown of Ohio. Talking Points Memo did some great reporting this week on how, as expected, conservative-minded, libertarian-minded Tea Partiers are also disgusted by the Supreme Court ruling on the grounds that it undermines individual freedom to participate in American politics, because individual participation just gets big-footed by corporate participation. One Texas-based Tea Partier told the website TPM that this ruling, quote, attacks everything this country stands for. Even the illiterate racist Tea Party guy we keep talking about on the show, even he is against the Supreme Court ruling. Dale Robertson, the leader of TeaParty.org, slammed the ruling. He said it, quote, puts the people at a tremendous disadvantage. In the face of that reaction from even the extreme Tea Party folks that Republicans would love to count as their base right now, here's how elected Republicans are treating the ruling so far. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell said, quote, any proponent of free speech should applaud this decision. In Citizens United, the court ended the suppression of corporate speech. John Boehner said, I think the Supreme Court decisions today are a big win for the First Amendment and a step in the right direction. Let the American people decide how much money is enough. In an election year, Republicans are now doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on standing with Wall Street and big business against the taxpayers. So, welcome to Washington, Senator Brown. Welcome to a Republican Party that is now actively campaigning against the jobs bill, against getting taxpayer money back from the banks, against taxing those AIG bonuses, and for seniors handing their retirement money to Wall Street, and for big business's right to influence American elections at the expense of the American people, even foreign big businesses. Democrats, this is a long, slow curveball right across the plate. Swing, batter, 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 swing.